by history is Saul Lomas was the Central Valley's first big prospect about 7 years ago. He would build a record and shoot to 7-0 at Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino and fight on big cards with Andre Ward, Robert Guerrero, and some of the who's who of boxing coming up. He's fought Terence Crawford in the amateurs and a number of other people. An injury would sideline Lomas after that 7-0 fight and render him unable to fight the rest of his career. He actually didn't fight for 5 or 6 years.
8.
Was it 8?
8 years.
Wow, 8. I'm sorry, it was 8 years. So when the boxing bug jumped into Central Valley and these fights started happening, Jose Ramirez emerged, and I started putting together these fights, Saul got bit by the boxing bug again. Couldn't get rid of the love for boxing. He actually went and had 2 shoulder operations, went through rehabilitation, and then debuted again at the Save Mart Center last year. Was his comeback in front of 13,200 people at the time and got a knockout. From that point, Saul's fought injuries off again, came back, got another win, probably a knockout of the year candidate for boxing. Legitimately, a knockout of the year candidate for all of boxing. He sent the guy up like a Popeye commercial or a cartoon in the air with a hook, and the guy fell flat on his face. Unbelievable. And this fight is going to be a turning point for Saul. It's his first major title that he'll fight for at the Save Mart Center. He'll actually fight for a GBO title, a very expensive belt, and that title has meant a lot for him because coming back from not boxing at all to going back into an arena with 15,000 people and fighting for a title, you know, that's just something that means the world to him from a personal standpoint. But it's also going to be an evaluation period. He might not fight anymore after this. That might be it for him. You know, he doesn't know yet, but this will be the challenge that he gave himself. Come back to boxing, get a title, and that's what he was trying to do, and he's almost there. So Friday night, when you see him fight, there's a lot behind him walking in the ring, you know, personally and even professionally with this title fight. He's also got one of the largest fan bases in the city. You can go to any other fights you've seen him on and you'll see 500 people out there screaming. He often sells more tickets than anybody else in the Valley, and it's for a reason. He's been here for 7 years prior and built up a fan base when he was boxing. So we'll give you a few sneak peeks here at what's made his career over the years. He's also got a lot of power. Out of 9 fights, he's got 6 knockouts, and some of them brutal ones at that. And there you see Tommy again, who's trained Saul Lomas, you know, most of his entire career. Tommy's got a lot of boxing roots here in the Central Valley. If you boxed out here at any time in the 559, you will have went through Tommy's gym or Mike's gym at Southeast Boxing. These guys are part of boxing out here. There's not one person, including Tony in the back. We can't see this with all the cameras, but you know, these guys put the foundation of boxing in the Central Valley. They've kept boxing going out here when boxing was, I want to say, dead and not really alive in the capacity. Now they've kept these programs up and running for these kids to develop still.
Slam. 2. Right hand.
Lomas will fight at 147 pounds for his title.
Again. 2. You go play. 2. Again. Stop. Right hand and foot. Understand? 2. Double up that. Right hand behind.
The funny part is, Mike behind me watched Saul and Tommy as just a little kid. So for them to see him come into the Save Mart Center with this many people, it's even more priceless.
1, 2, 4. 4. Part of Lomas' plan after boxing is to stay in the sport. He actually just did an amateur boxing match at Chikchansi Park a few weeks ago that featured Mark Cash, who just won a gold medal in Russia. So Lomas definitely is going to stay in the sport no matter what. He looks to put on more shows and even get into managing some of the younger guys, you know, moving forward when he's done. There you go. That's good.
Go ahead and head back. Everybody, your Sal will be in that room when we're done in a few minutes. You guys can ask questions and interview him at that point.
Saul,
Yes.
you look deadly.
Yeah, you got
You look really, you look really good.
wait, baby. I've waited 9 years for this.
Knock him out.
Or your money back. Then after that, Rick wants to challenge me to defend the title. No, it's not that. Hey, you know what? I really look up to this guy right here.
In there. Don't worry.
He does all, you know what I'm saying, great things for the Central Valley. So I love that guy right there. Rick.